12, the transition words jingle, class. Listen, comrades, and you shall hear about transition words that make your writing smooth and clear. Transition words are connecting words. You add them to the beginning of sentences and paragraphs to keep your ideas spinning and give your writing flow. These words can clarify, summarize, or emphasize, compare, or contrast, inform, or show time. Learn them now and your writing will shine. Transition, for words that show time. First, second, third, before, during, after, next, then, and finally. Transition, for words that inform, for example, for instance, in addition, as well, also, next, another, along with, and besides. Transition, for words that contrast, although, even though, but yet still, otherwise, however, and on the other hand. Transition, for words that compare, as, also, like, and likewise. Transition, for words that clarify, for example, for instance, and in other words. Transition, for words that emphasize, truly, again, for this reason, and in fact. Transition, for words that summarize, therefore, in conclusion, in summary, and finally, to sum it all up, all in all, as result, and last. Transition words. Good morning, class. Today is Monday. We've got our grammar worksheet for today. We're going to read a little story and then answer some comprehension questions. Tomorrow we're going to use what we read today to kind of inspire us for our writing assignment that we'll have tomorrow. Make sure you get your name at the top. Today's date is 12/7. As we read, I always find it helpful to underline any important information that you think will be helpful later on. Your solar-powered body. Right away, I'm thinking about this title, and I think solar-powered. Solar, I know that means power from the sun, but my body is solar-powered? Interesting. Did you know that the energy you use to grow and play originally comes from the sun? Of course, you cannot absorb the sun's energy directly. Luckily, green plants can absorb the sun's energy for you to use. Plants collect energy from sunlight and use it to produce different kinds of sugar. When you eat fruits and vegetables, your body turns these sugars into energy. Then, your body redistributes this energy to all its cells. But the sun gives energy to more than just fruits and vegetables. It provides energy indirectly to animals that eats those fruits and vegetables. When you eat the meat, you are eating the plant sugars that the animal ate and stored up in its body. It is incredible that energy from the sun transfers to the plant, to the animal, and finally, to you. This kind of makes me think of in science when we would talk about food chains. We had the sun, the energy would pass from the sun into maybe the grass. And then if a cow eats the grass, the energy passes into the cow. Eat the cow. So then when you eat the cow, that energy goes into you. Right? Every time you eat a hamburger, that energy is coming from an animal into you. Every time you eat a plant, like maybe salad, that energy is going straight from the sun to the plant to you instead of the cow because you're the one eating the plant. Let's look at our comprehension questions. First question, where does energy in your body originally come from? Well, if we look at the title, we can see solar powered. It originally comes from the sun, all right? So we want to write that in a complete sentence. The energy originally comes from the sun. Notice I used some of the same words that were in the question to answer the question. Where does the energy in your body originally come from? The energy originally comes from the sun. All right, notice I have a capital letter. I've got an end mark. My sentence makes sense. Number 2, how does the sun's energy get into your body? Remember in our story, we read that we can't absorb the sun's energy directly. So how does it get there? Make sure you got a complete sentence. Number 3, look at the word absorb. What word can you find in the passage that could be a synonym for absorb? Absorb is the one that's bold right here. Green plants can absorb the sun's energy. They can take it and use it to help them grow. Plants collect the energy from sunlight to use it to produce different kinds of sugar. What word in that sentence could mean the same thing as absorb? You absorb the energy. Plants do what to the energy? Collect, right? Collect would mean the same thing. So if that's a complete sentence, it would look like this. What could be a synonym? Collect is a synonym for absorb. Number 4 says, where does our energy cycle begin? Use those same questions, or use those same words. Our energy cycle begins. How does energy from the sun get into a chicken? I want you to look at the bottom of our page here. This would be a diagram that could help you. So if the chicken's right here, how does the chicken get that energy? Sorry, I'll try to get a little clearer for you. Chicken's right here, and we eat the chicken so that we get the energy from the chicken. Where does the chicken get the energy from? What's directly in front of it? That would be your answer for that last one there. Make sure you use a complete sentence. Tomorrow, we're going to do a little bit of writing based on what we started reading here today. Make sure it makes it back in your Monday folder, and have a great rest of the day.